The day I was diagnosed with sarcoma, probably the worst day of my life.
Hearing those words, cancer, it really hits home. You never expect it to happen.
Telling them that I had cancer was absolutely gut-wrenching.
Sarcoma is a rare, complex cancer of the bone and soft tissue. On average, 15 people are diagnosed with sarcoma every day in the UK. That's around 5,300 people a year. This is why I want to tell you about the important work of Sarcoma UK, a charity that provides crucial support for those affected by the disease, along with funding vital scientific research into developing new treatments, deepening the understanding of sarcoma, advancing earlier diagnosis, and helping to raise greater awareness of the condition. Maddie was 18 years old when she was diagnosed with a rare sarcoma in January 2016.
The lump in my shoulder was discovered to be alveolar soft part sarcoma, which is known as an ultra-rare tumour, and unfortunately it had already spread to the lungs. I was feeling extremely lonely and isolated and scared. Felt like my life was over.
For Maddie, her treatment options were limited.
I-type sarcoma is not curable. It's not treatable with chemotherapy. There's only one approved treatment and it's not approved in the UK, so I'm totally reliant on clinical trials and compassionate use drugs.
Maddie has taken part in clinical trials for new treatments. Sarcoma UK funds research that builds on these trials, helping to improve treatment options for people with her cancer.
There really aren't many treatments out there, so funding more research, more clinical trials is incredibly important. I have friends that didn't make it to the age that I am. I felt extremely grateful that I'm just here and that I have the treatment that I have.
Sarcoma is a type of cancer that can appear anywhere in the body. Sadly, many people with this rare cancer are diagnosed too late. Early diagnosis of sarcoma is vital to help save lives and to ensure patients receive the most effective treatment as quickly as possible.
Our work at Sarcoma UK to improve early diagnosis is vitally important. We know that an earlier diagnosis can lead to better outcomes for those affected by sarcoma. We are working with healthcare professionals within the NHS, such as radiologists, physiotherapists and GPs, to enhance their knowledge and understanding of the signs and symptoms of sarcoma.
With over 100 subtypes of sarcoma cancers, the charity provides specialised knowledge and expertise to help get the right diagnosis so patients can get the best treatment. Claire's life changed when she found a small lump at the top of her left thigh.
My GP referred me straight away to the hospital for the sarcoma unit. I was diagnosed with a myxoid liposarcoma. It's a rare type of cancer. There's only usually about 72 cases in the UK each year diagnosed, and it's mainly in the limbs.
Doctors told her she had to cancel all plans and start treatment immediately.
They said, you're going to start radiotherapy straight away. So I kept looking, no letter. Then I started ringing the hospital. When am I starting? When am I starting? And then I finally got through to someone who said, no, Claire, you're going to have chemotherapy first and then radiotherapy afterwards. I was quite nervous and quite alarmed.
Confused and scared at the prospects of starting the wrong treatment, Claire reached out to Sarcoma UK.
So I rang Sarcoma UK, got through immediately to the nurses on the nurses line, and she said to me, well, usually the treatment is radiotherapy, it's not chemotherapy. Got the feeling that she knew what she was talking about immediately. She suggested that I write an email. I did that straight away, sent it off, and the next morning the hospital rang me and they said, look, really sorry, there's been a terrible mistake. You're not having chemo, but you're having radiotherapy, and it started that week. Sarcoma UK and the nurse had helped me kind of formulate my thoughts and present them in a fashion that I did get some answers, and it did change my treatment. I was back on track and got the right treatment. So without Sarcoma UK's expertise and specialist knowledge into this rare form of cancer, I just dread to think what could have happened to me.
Sarcoma has been called the loneliest cancer. The charity is working to ensure no one with sarcoma or their families feel forgotten. That's why Sarcoma UK has a support line that is a vital lifeline for people feeling alone, overwhelmed, or just wanting comfort and respite from their illness. In 2020, Dan's wife Lolly was diagnosed with a sarcoma tumour in her leg.
Her first things were, we're going to beat this, we will beat this cancer. Sarcoma went from her leg to her lungs as a secondary cancer, and that's when things went a bit downhill. Deep down, I knew things weren't right. Lolly she was coughing more and more and getting more and more out of breath. So we ended up going up to the hospital to have a meeting, a face-to-face meeting, and we were told she had a year to live. And it was a hard one to swallow that. And then, 3 months later, we lost her.
While undergoing treatment, Lolly had reached out to Sarcoma UK for herself and her family.
I was actually told by Lolly that I needed to call the Sarcoma helpline because I was bottling it all up. I wasn't talking to anybody. They're there for emotional support, for diagnosis support. They're there to help and reassure you, yeah, things are tough, but we were going to get through this. The kids and I, we've got a real bond. If we didn't have the Sarcoma helpline, it would have been tough because it's a big thing, cancer. Lolly's mantra to life was always be positive. She was such a happy person, and she always said to me, don't be sad, be happy, remember us, and enjoy life to the full, which is what we do.
Sarcoma UK needs donations to fund world-class scientific research, accelerate new treatments, improve diagnoses, and ultimately make a difference to the lives of people affected by sarcoma. The charity has committed £10 million to 100 research projects across the UK. Your donations will help Sarcoma UK to positively change and transform lives. It will also help provide essential support services for cancer patients and their families through perhaps the most difficult times they may have to face. To find out more, visit the charity's website, sarcoma.org.uk. Thank you.